Chad.
That's probably a good idea. Yeah.
Alright, where are you at? Did you ever beat Liquid Flame?
No, I realized my second job was thief, and thought to myself, I have to fight with 4 thieves, and I'm just like, oh, this is gonna have like an hour of prep. And so I haven't come back to this in like 2 weeks.
Yeah. I'm, in the castle.
Whereabouts?
Karnak, at the beginning of Karnak Castle. It's
Okay,
on fire.
I'm just heading over there, so...
And I got Mystic Knight.
I need anything. Everybody's thieves. I don't have Mithril Knife because, like, I couldn't steal Mithril Knife because I didn't get Thief until
after, yeah.
Yeah, but... Alright, anyway. Teleporting through a meteor, gonna head over to Karnak, get myself a discounted knife, and then buy 3 other knives.
That's a monster. I have to remember what chests or what.
I love Karnak Castle.
Karnak Castle's good.
It's just on fire.
I don't remember what's in this chest, but I'm just fighting Sorcerer, which is good. That probably means this is an elixir.
Your setup right now, what do you got? What do you have at the Mo?
Who's Ribbon? I got Knight, Mystic Knight, Berserker.
Oh, Mystic Knight was the third one, okay. I knew you had Knight Berserker.
So my Mystic Knights are just Knights right now because I don't have any black magic. But just two-handed
you got it in Karnak, so... Oh, I'm now speedrun mode. Thief has the double speed.
Yeah, the super speed. So, I got the ribbon. I didn't really need to, but I got it.
I mean... At the moment, you don't know if that's going to be useful?
I'm fairly certain that I want to get Berserker. I love Berserker. Hello, Quark. Hello, Jello.
Hello, everybody. So yeah, decided today was a fiesta day, so that we could have a little bit more time to get together a group for Halo multiplayer.
We would have 4, which would be like enough, but not like super great.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping for an 8 group because then we have a big group for like bundle and you know what? I'm a bunch of thieves. Why am I fighting enemies?
Yeah, flee. I'm not allowed to do that.
Yeah. I mean, I want to fight some enemies, but, like, turtles just hit too hard. Or, sorry, not hit too hard. I do not hit hard enough.
Let's get my other elf cape.
Like, the Aegir here, I'll fight Aegir.
Man, two-handed is really good.
Yeah, but talking a lot about, like, different classes in this game and, like, what... there was a pretty long conversation about, like, what the worst party you could have would be if, you know, it's one job from each crystal, which, like, you know, Moby Dan kind of comes up there.
I love Moby Dan, though.
But then the question is, like, if you're not restricted to, like, 1 per crystal, what's the worst party you could make up?
Quad Berserker.
But, well, Quad Berserker, but I mean, like 4 unique classes.
Yeah.
I think replacing Beastmaster with, like, anything that is just beef, like Dragoon or something, would suck real bad.
Yeah, Dragoon would make, like, random encounters easier, but it would not make the game easier.
Because you wouldn't have access to the Beastmaster.
Yeah, you would just have to jump.
Okay, I actually get to make that purchase, even though it makes a bird. noise, I will get my discounted mithril knife.
Mithril knife. Important.
So I need 4 of them, and I'm gonna need armor, and then I'm gonna need to fight it. Like, getting to my 3rd job is actually very quick because it's just beating up Liquid Flame, the next boss. But Liquid Flame is going to ask me to have some high potions and some levels.
Yeah, you might have to be able to survive a fire run. Or
Yeah,
just have enough...
Yeah.
You could probably get by on just having enough Phoenix Downs.
I think Survive a Fyra is a good spot. That's, I think, 250 health or so.
About thereabouts.
Give or take, depending on... I said...
How much health you got right now? Like, 150?
Yeah, best is like high hundreds. Yeah, like... The thing with Beastmaster, I'm not a fan of Beastmaster because it's a very fiddly class, but that it has answers to any question.
Yeah. You can do anything with Beastmaster, it's just you've gotta... they tried to confuse my Berserker. That will not work.
Look, Berserker only knows one thing.
I have clarity. You will never know, wizard.
Need to get a hold of a copy of Final Fantasy V, played it once on PS1. I guess I'm not... Like... The PS1 port was where I first encountered this game. It has unique cinematics.
It does.
Character with, like, models in the cinematics based on the Amano art from memory, and, like, bits, like, where it's, like, the party fighting Omega.
But I was wondering, I did not put Galoof in the back row on purpose. But I'm on a race against my Berserker to kill Sergeant before he becomes Iron Claw.
Oh.
So I can't really... Oh, okay. I can row now. No Iron Claw today. Mime could make...
Mime, Geo, Red, pretty... Well, the thing with... So, when I'm evaluating a class setup, I'm thinking of, like... There's a couple fights specifically in the game that have, like, questions that are being asked. Like, how are you killing X-Death is the first one. And Geomancer actually gives you a pretty steady, good response. Because in that fight, it's always air slash, and you can just equip an air knife, and
yeah, you'll do
especially
damage.
with especially if you gave me red, which would be a secondary I could equip for higher magic. You know, I wouldn't feel too bad about that.
Oh man, you're gonna have to do Castle Karnak without Beastmaster. You get it afterwards.
Yeah, I don't get Beastmaster until after it, which... Alright, I don't think there's anything you can steal in the castle right now. Yeah, that is a very squishy team.
That's fine.
I like Red, though. Red is still pretty reasonable as a class goes. The Werewolf! Remember there being long delays between access to menus and executing commands, particularly in late game? Yeah, like again, I've kind of talked before about my experience with, I played Chrono Trigger first on that, that was my first experience playing Chrono Trigger, and I just thought 15-second load times for a menu or a battle was normal as a kid. Like, oh, that's just normal, me as what? Of course it takes 15 seconds to load. It's loading. It's thinking.
Yeah, you gotta read off the disc. It's gotta think.
Yeah, this is a complex game. And Final Fantasy IV with it, literally having, a failed, me losing my save by the end of that. But yeah, I did not play through 5 on PS1 fully. I played through it actually on emulator when I first played through it. But I can assume that those ports were just as bad. Alright, so we've got Mithril Knight, Plumed Hat, and Silver Plate for everybody. And what am I holding for Phoenix Downs? Item 3 Phoenix Downs. Okay.
Time for spells.
What if I just go buy... Okay, I'm gonna buy Tent.
Mute is not silence.
Alright, I'm gonna go into the... Where do we go in? There's actually a couple things of because we're a thief, there's real treasure in the ship for us.
Yes.
Like, a lot of...
The Green Beret, the Thief Glove, and the Moonring Blade.
Yeah. Yeah, the Moonring Blade is going to be the biggest. Thief Ring, second biggest, then Green Beret is, like, fine. But for most classes, you just don't care about the treasures in here.
Yeah, the Green Beret is, like, the only one you might use. Because it's a powerful hat.
Yeah.
It's like you skip a dungeon. I need to go to the public house, I think.
Yeah, as a kid, I did not have a Super Nintendo. I had a Genesis. The Genesis, I didn't know what an RPG was or understand as a kid until, like, I had purchased a PlayStation 2 and then, like, was playing old PS1 titles on it.
Man, what even RPG would you play on Genesis? There had to be, like, a Phantasy Star. Shining Force and Phantasy Star would have to be it.
Yes, those are your two. And Shining Force, I have a huge... I love Shining Force. I haven't played that game on stream because I haven't figured out, like, how exactly I would want to just stream that type of, like, a long tactics game. But other than maybe just freaking doing it, that's probably the actual answer.
Yeah. When you run out of 80-hour RPGs to stream, you can find yourself another one.
That's the other bit at the Mo, is that it's like, I'm not hard up for those. But Shining Force and Shining Force 2 are both excellent titles. Shining Force, talk about a couple notable things in Shining Force. It has a kind of joke character, not exactly a joke character, but like you get a small jellyfish early who turns out to be the most powerful mage in the universe.
Games did that a lot back in the day. It's like Tales of Symphonia did that too, because freaking what's-her-name was the best one. The Pow Hammer.
Yes, yeah.
She had the highest DPS of anybody in the game.
Yes, Domingo. Was the best mage because the jellyfish was, like, immune to damage? Because it was a jellyfish?
My chat for your stream is now working.
The other thing I remember about Shining Force is that it has a mid-game, like, there's a boss, like, 2/3 through the game that is just the strongest boss in the game, bar none. Like, there's a specific fight, like, 2/3 through the game, who has more powerful magic than the final boss. And it's like, oh, huh. Again, just little things like that. But yeah, I didn't, as a kid, like, that early, I didn't have a word for RPG. It was just, they were Pokemon games.
I can't type in your chat.
Well, my chat's active.
Yeah, but not working for me.
Huh.
If I go to the mod view.
What if you flicker it? What if you... Gamma ray. Because I can see both my chat and your chat. They're both active.
It's very weird. It won't even let me send messages. Like there's a little, if I hover over the chat button underneath the emotes.
Oh, there's vPros.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, maybe it was both of us, but no, I was working on my end.
Make sure I'm not banned or something.
You're a mod. Like what?
Am I any mod?
/unban numbin. No, but it's not currently banned from this channel.
My chat's working, but yours isn't. That's weird as hell. Anyways, that fire rod in Karnak, for some runs, is very important.
Yes.
But for this one, it is not important.
Slash Bando.
Slash Bando.
Yeah, I'm not streaming my run, but right now I've got Knight, Samurai, Cannoneer, Beastmaster.
Cannoneer, huh?
Yeah, which is fine, because, like, I have a special hack of the Fiesta that just lets me have the advanced classes right away, except Cannoneer doesn't get access to ammo until, like, way into part 3.
Yeah, so you're just like a knife-using thing. What am I
Well,
to your stream
more importantly,
on?
Galoof doesn't have any advanced class sprites, so he's just invisible.
Oh my god.
Invisible.
He's just invisible.
Whoa. There we go. Okay, the chat works if I use it on my phone.
Okay, I heard the echo coming in.
Yeah, that's because I opened your stream up and didn't, and I had to mute it.
Yeah, I was getting very confused.
I mean, I could leave it up if I wanted to confuse everybody. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see how long I can go without you muting me on your stream.
Oh my god.
Alright, as you get the daily doubler on my tinny.
It's gonna become a tripler, you know, right?
No, it's geometric. It'll keep going. Every layer will add a layer.
Yes. Alright, I don't remember where any of the treasures are in here. I just remember the critical path. So I'm going through every wrong bit.
I think you get all the treasures if you go right to left. Somebody told me that. Where's the pot at? Is the pot upstairs? Yeah, the pot's upstairs. Ale's gone.
Oh no.
Yeah, right now I'm in the barrier tower trying to grind reflect rings, so I'll probably see you shortly.
I'm like stealing high potions. I'll be there in like 6 hours.
I'm tearing ass. 'Cause I got Berserker. Chop 'em. I forgot to check my levels before coming in here.
Where's this lead? I'm just going everywhere because I seriously just don't remember where any treasure is.
I think, like, the best part about Cannoneer is that, despite the fact that I don't have access to ammo and thus not, like, the part that it's built for, I do have access to open fire. Open fire is busted as shit.
What is... Tell me about Cannoneer. I've not played with, like... those classes.
So, Cannoneer is a more aggressive version of Chemist. It uses special customized ammo items instead of just, like, regular items, and combines them with Chemist items in order to, like, do various types of effects. Usually just, like, not recovery so much as I'm throwing the book at you on status ailments and also doing a bunch of damage.
Yeah, pretty sure Cannoneers can Berserk, X Deaths, and skip.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds right. Okay.
Yeah, like they in the GBA version they banned the Chemist glitch for immediately ending X Death in the final fight, but they added a new one with Cannoneer.
Yeah, they took it out and then added it right back in.
So anyway, the other thing that Cannoneer can do is the open fire command, which is it works from the back row, it's piercing, and it has a bunch of random status ailments and it can inflict. One per attack, like it just randomly does confuse or blind or instant death. Specifically, the type of instant death that undead can't handle.
Oh,
yeah, the
destruction. The killer bow one, not the assassin's dagger death. I think it's a killer bow, right? That applies that test.
Yeah, killer bow.
Yeah, like the good kind, the kind that just kills.
Well, look, I'm not gonna call the kind that makes a big old skull appear on the
okay, yeah, you know what?
Kind.
Fair. Yeah, I take back that statement. I do forget about the skull, and that's really strong.
Yeah, ahoy.
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah, just excited to join y'all. I've been doing Bravely Default, of course, for a while, but You talked me into it. You drew me back in. How can I say no? She looks good. Also, my first job is monk, so I'm like really enthusiastic about this.
Ooh, monk.
Yeah.
So, Ifrit, I have Blazara Blade.
Oh, that's not a fight then.
He is dead.
Yeah, I'm currently in the flame ship, kind of moseying around. Like, I've gotten everything but the moon ring blade, and I don't remember where that's at.
It's
somewhere.
It's somewhere.
The upshot of the ship, like wandering around it, is that it might look confusing, but it isn't actually very big.
Yeah.
I have to change my thing because I'm not playing Bravely Default. I had this whole thing planned, and yeah. Quickly change this. Someone might notice.
There we
I will be
go.
wrong on the internet.
Moon ring blade. Okay.
I love being wrong on the internet.
I'm throwing weapons, so back row okay for Lena. How's our HP look? I think we need 2 more levels.
So I decided I wanted to play on the Super Nintendo version also. I got sick of the GBA audio. It's just so atrocious.
Alright, I think level 13 is what I'm going to be aiming for. The other thing I get doing this is that, like, I'm slowly going to be able to just kind of, like, steal high potions from, you know, my friends in this.
I used to think that Final Fantasy V had probably the smoothest transition over to the GBA, but like I think that's only in the graphical department. I'm starting to really understand why the sound isn't up to par.
I'm not as picky. I fear no crunchy audio. To me, it is all upside.
Moonring.run, yes.
Now, I love the buttery smooth sounds of the Super Nintendo sound chip. And it's not Fiesta without Cerveza, so here we go.
I forgot how to get that item, but it's just a Ninja Clothes, so I do not care.
Oh, the Cerveza? It's in the fridge.
Whom?
Oh, I gained Find Passages.
Gotta find passages.
Right, I bought myself a bunch of tents because I knew that I planned on just kind of like staying in here.
Do I have a tent? I have 2 tents.
When it gets right down to it, I think I already know what classes I'm going to get, even though I haven't rolled it yet. And I already have a plan, and that plan is grinding a bunch in a couple places.
Well, you're gonna get Moberby Dan. On my recommendation.
Oh, right.
Just the full-on...
God.
You'll love it.
I will. I've done Moberby Dan. You forget. Or maybe you don't. I mean, it's kind of legendary around our little circle, right? Where I made this whole plan to catch a Crystal by getting blown up upon... No.
Did you actually have Dancer with that? I thought you had like 2 Berserkers in.
I had Geomancer instead of Dancer that time. But still.
That's a downgrade by my account.
It's a side to side because, you know, Geomancer can put on the woo hits with Wind Slash in the X-Death fight, and if you have them hasted with an air knife, then it's kind of a lot of damage. And they get, you know, incidental bigger Sildra when you start chomping down on the
Because then you don't get capoeira.
Magic.
I love capoeira.
I'm a big, like... I really enjoy that so much of, like, us talking about the classes and such is, like, that fight.
It really... Neo X Death asks such stricter questions than anything else in the whole game. And there's so many different components to it, and even the lead up to it is kind of the thing. And, like, all 4 of the different quadrants are different beast types. And, like...
Right.
I have defeated
And also,
Biblos.
none of us ever fight the back component because you're always supposed to use the dang Odin
Magic lamp.
It's a fight with a lot of moving parts, and it's very complex.
Yeah. You think there's only 4 moving parts because there were 4 parts to hit. Well, that's not the case.
I defeated. Biblos is dead.
Alright.
By the way, open fire means that I'm effectively immune to blind, because guess what it also does?
It hits.
It just hits. It also means that I get to enjoy a pair of floating glasses where Galoof should be.
Uh-oh.
So you've got...
Is my controller not configured? What?
Oh dear.
Is thine controller not
That's
configured?
Fun.
So you've got past Biblos, then... So you didn't get, like, murdered by...
I was correctly leveled to not die to level
Yeah.
5 deaths. I
Okay.
had 3 people level
That
16
part
and
is
1
good.
person level 15,
Oh.
and that 15 was my berserker, so I did not care.
Did I must have not been clicked on it. Okay. I freaked myself out over nothing. And losing that time.
Hope you get Thief so you can dash. You're getting Maburby.
I'm getting Monk.
You're getting Monk.
Are you just on a base run? Or are you on, like...
I'm not. I am on the winning run.
Oh, then you do know what you're
Ooh.
going to get.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I'm on the speed run for the year. The run.
The run. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That explains
figured
you
I'd try
knowing
that
what you are
Yeah,
getting.
well, a little bit of planning ahead. But I'm also on a very special version of the game. On the Super Nintendo.
Oh, is it the Socklet one?
It's the Socklet one.
See, I got when I got that ROM from you last time, it didn't say Socklet.
What?
Yeah, when you tried to get me high off your supply, it was not the right one.
Okay, well, I'll have to send it to you again.
Well, we shall see. Let me see if I can get your chat open. Because I could not get James's for some reason.
Alright, so I'm at 9 high potions. We're at level 12, which gives me about 250 health on everyone. And again, the issue there is that 250 health is like exactly, a fire.
No, but it doesn't work. Your chat doesn't work.
You can't pull up anyone's chat?
I can pull up my chat.
Weird. Can't believe Twitch shadow banned you? Like, what?
Yeah. Like, it worked on my phone.
Usually it's me who gets shadow banned for the whole having my butt on camera thing. But I usually mean it happened that once and I'm forever paranoid about it, but I will never stop.
I wish I could run from this zoo, but
Faithful
I can't.
Owl is always there to protect your ass.
I know, right? He's protecting me from the ass scanning algorithm. I'm convinced that's real. I read it once. I didn't do any follow-up research.
Normal brain, face recognition algorithms, galaxy brain.
I mean, it's just like the little fake owls that you put on top of buildings to scare off wildlife. It's the exact same thing.
What is this?
Yes.
What is this year's run? Asks Milieu. What is the?
It is. I want to say monk, geomancer, dancer, samurai.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. So it has a lot of like things that I love. Like, I love all those classes, but they're also, like, Monk's damage is entirely tied to level. Zenage, or Giltoss, is also tied to level. All of the Geomancer things are level-based, so it's like, it's time to grind.
Well, you have a good way to kill mini-drags.
I don't think I do. Their defense is too high. So I would have to already be at, like, level 50 or something to Giltoss them down. Like, it wouldn't be... Well, actually, no. I have done that in the past, haven't I? It's not level 50 at all. It's more like level 25. Huh.
Well, that's good enough to beat the game already. Why would you need to do that?
Right, you know, rewinding to the part where I was talking about how, well, all my damage is level-based. I'm not going to be able to, like, skimp on those.
Okay, there was mini-drags, and then there were... What are the other ones that are mini-drags but aren't, and they're in the same spot but in World 1 instead of World 3?
Oh, they're in World 3. That's the Istri Lithos. Yeah. So no, I think there are some other places for me to grind. Again, I watched the run, so I'm kind of like, you know, I'm keying off of what the speedrunners did. So there's going to be a lot of Wild Max, and then there's going to be some Black Flames.
My plan is to win as quickly as possible with expending the least amount of effort.
I'm going to at least try to fight Ned if I can help it. Like, I always have the instant skip button, but I want to at least go for it. I feel like, at least with Beastmaster, I could bring a Christelle.
Yeah.
That's my Mighty Guard, right?
If you're only doing one Beastmaster, you can get Christelle through, like, legendary means that I hope you absolutely do. Going to specifically 2 health and so on. If you have multiple people with the Unleash just equipped, a better thing to do is, what are they called? Oh, capture the Avis, Dragon Avis.
There's Breathwing.
You get a lot of damage out of that.
Breathwing will be 10,000 on each part.
Oh, right, because that bypasses that.
Well, it just quarter.
Yeah, it does. It does quarter damage. So it's just like good.
Oh, right. I forgot that Breathwing has a lot of perks to it, just besides being gravity.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, like the kind of gravity that things don't resist that often.
Right. Same thing with yellow dragons in certain places. When you can get those, they also do essentially the same thing, and they can tear up like X-Death, like Castle X-Death pretty handily.
It also helps with Yellow Dragon that by the time you fight them, you have the Coronado Gourd, and like getting them to half health is so much goddamn easier than killing them.
They're still dangerous as hell in X-Death Castle, though, because they are.
That part of the castle is easily scary.
Like, that's the kind of thing that I used to hate when I was talking to other people about Final Fantasy V. They would like say, "Oh, you just do this," and I'm like, "Okay, well, it's easy to say all that in a sentence." But, like, the actual doing of that is very involved, and it's sort of belittling to just, you know, whip that out and say that to me as if it was supposed to have been obvious if I had played this much Final Fantasy V, what I should have been doing for the past 5 hours. Like,
well, Cass, it's obvious. You should just get Blue Mage and cast Dark Spark on several of the parts, and then use level 2 Old in combination with Dark Spark, and make it such that you can cast level 5 Death to kill them instantly.
Have the secret timing minigame to try and level 5 Death.
Attempts to run away so you can count ATB gauge. You can count ATB gauge increments.
Incredible moves.
Yes, you can if a specific character's action is queued because it keys off of their speed, and you have to set the menu speed to. Oh, I have to set the menu speed.
Okay, 4 Reflect Rings is gotten.
Wow.
All I ever really did was just spam it and hope I got it, and that always seemed to work. So, as it turns out, there are a lot of numbers that are divisible by 5.
You get a couple shots.
It still kind of gets me a little giddy thinking about the chemist solution for Shinryu, where you just like deliberately pump up his level all the way to 255 and then kill him with level 5 Death.
Yeah. Although you could also Berserk Blind him with Chemist.
Yeah,
it's true. 1 in 5 numbers are divisible by 5.
That is a truthful statement.
Ooh,
that's just
wise.
Yeah, speaking of Berserk, you just reminded me that I'm going to need to pick up a tree before I leave World 2.
Yeah, hide it on your Berserker. You can get them in World 3, but whatever, it's cool.
Just so you're aware, if something goes horribly wrong, they exist in 3.
They do, in one screen, in the cleft.
In the cleft. Let me be clear.
Yeah. I love that. That was specific. I think that was, again, that run where you, like, ran into that tree, like, as you're walking back in.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait a minute, hold on.
Like, hey, what's this monster? So the legends of the running of this game. Man. And for me, it goes all the way back to, like, someone convincing me to do the Muscle Wizard when I did not know what was up. And, just, you know, getting creamed on the spot because I had brought my squishy mages into that side of the tower. I just had 2 white mages there, and I'm like, oh, well, you know, if his gimmick is off, then I win, right? And then, no.
He unlocks his secret power, where you removed all doubt from his mind, and gave him a clarity you would never know. That is the power of Berserker. I think I'm only going to get 1 Doomax, and then get another one if I need one later.
Oh, I didn't realize... Oh, I guess Bloodsword is a Night Sword.
Bloodsword is a Night Sword. It's very weird. It does not... It's very inaccurate.
Yeah, I got leather. I don't know what kind.
I still get to have the benefits of the high attack score just by using open fire, so...
Yeah. I hope nothing happens to my airship, or my sea ship.
It's kind of the secret of this team. Like, I get to have the ball in the back row because of open fire, and so, like, it's a team that is very tanky, but is very hard to keep.
Oh no! Something happened to my ship!
What are the odds?
Sinking!
Yeah, now I feel bad for not doing this before, and instead doing Bravely Default.
It's not like we all timed this together. We all
way ahead of me.
We all just kind of did our own thing, and we're all at different parts of the game.
Yeah, I somehow, like, so, you know, turning on and off the Bravely Default fiesta you've been doing, every single time I turned it on, you were fighting the exact same boss, like, 3 times running. And I'm just like, I know how the game works. I've played Bravely Default, but it's just the funniest thing in the world where you're still fighting that dumb little floaty brain thing with a bunch of
it's Chowgmar. You always caught me fighting Chowgmar.
Every single time I turned it on, I'm like, all right, there's Chowgmar again. I'm like, oh, yep. 20 hours of Chowgmar stream.
And this is now that is also while I was like making pains to like mix things up and always go in a different order and you know do side things. It's just you know roll the dice. That there we are. There's a.
Turn it on. Hey, it's Chowgmar.
These winter lanterns are great, right?
Yeah.
It's the Great Eye of Mensis.
Definitely a weak point in the game where. You know, there are story things going on, kind of, but functionally, you are just doing the same shit 4 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, especially with the crystal bosses. It's like, okay, I get it.
Change. I think this is a dark matter if I go through that other door or something else useless.
Like, the one thing that still makes me a little upset going through that whole thing is that somebody brings it up and then nobody brings it up again and you still have to keep doing it. Yeah, we seem to be fighting the same bosses 5,000 times. Oh well.
Yeah, there are tiny variations across the different loops. And I mean it, like tiny. The number of periods in the ellipsis that Ring-a-Bell says when he grunts when you do the right thing in fire quotes. That changes and the voice line also is different. It's a different grunt. That's it.
I do appreciate that he would be the most perceptive.
Yeah, no.
Perceptive enough to change his grunt to go.
Like he obviously hates what's going on.
Circuit
And a lot of the lines are like not there.
I hope I get.
You know, I was talking to this Burke popped in my chat one of the nights, Azurite Reaction, and apparently they worked on the Loke for that game and had some good stories about it. So, some of which revolved around like just plain getting like people's ages wrong and like not changing that. And there have been a number of things I've found myself in like the descriptive text for abilities. There's one, okay, so on the game's version of Chemist called Solve Maker, which in the Japanese version is called Chemist. There is an ability that at the end of the turn, if the character with this ability is standing and one of the other characters is down, they will use a Phoenix down. Except, in the descriptive text of the ability, it says, use a Phoenix Feather. And it uses that phrase, Phoenix Feather, twice in that descriptive text of that ability, and from what I can tell, Phoenix Feather appears nowhere else in the entire game. It is called Phoenix Down in your inventory. Just like, you know, little things like that. Now that, like, someone has come into my zoo and told me that that stuff exists, I'm like, oh yes! Let's pick those nits. Yeah.
I hope I get Dancer. I would love to have Knight, Berserker, Mystic Knight Dancer. That would be lovely.
Dancer with equipped shield would actually be kind of nifty.
No, you're thinking with the wrong portals. Dancer with equipped sword for Brave Blade.
Ooh, okay. I'm thinking, yeah, you're right. Oh,
that's pretty good.
I'm sitting here thinking, like, because my first thought was equip sword, or equip two-hand, but you can't two-hand a knife, and I'm like, well, okay, so what's the point there? But then it's like, wait.
Or maybe just a knight with dance. Although you don't get you'll still do the jitterbug.
I mean, my big thought with that team is because you have Mystic Knight, you get to take out the Almguest part for free.
Yeah.
Which is sweet.
There's the old Breaky Blade.
Yeah. You have my permission to break blade that part. You've been through enough in your life.
I need not your permission nor your acknowledgement, for I have the heart of a warrior.
Meanwhile, I'm fleeing from battles with Duluth dead on the ground.
I turned into Chancellor Galron there for a second.
Meanwhile, Atamo says hi.
Should have done the.
I've got somebody getting sucked into the wormhole.
I should have done my. Should have done the eyes thing, even though that would have just for me.
God, where your eyes just Galron's huge eyes. Yeah. That comes through in audio, right?
What does?
I
movements.
I don't know. I have the.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Let me check my secondary captioner.
Are you telling me
a
person in my chat whose stream name is after a DS9 character would have a signed photo of Galron? I don't believe it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Should have gotten one from Armin Schumann instead. But Galron is pretty good too. He gets killed by Worf. It's funny, because Galron says to Worf, "You should have killed me when you had the chance, because you won't get one again." And then 2 seasons later, he gets stabbed by Worf.
Ferris won chicken. She was right there. She was about to get wormholed.
Alright.
Okay. I got my levels goobered good, and now I've got my death signal.
I'm reading the town. Yeah. I'm really glad that they made Worf a character in DS9 because he stopped getting Worfed that much after that.
Yeah,
actually do things.
They did a fair amount of episodes in TNG where they would act like he was cool, and then like the next episode he would get Worfed. It's like the episode where he finds the Klingons that are living on like a planet, and they don't know anything about Klingon culture because it was like a wrecked ship.
The ones that had like grown up from the diaspora from a battle with the Romulans.
Yeah, and there's like, and he like teaches them about Klingon culture, and it's like, yeah, I'm cool. Here's what being a Klingon honor is like, and like he kicks their asses, but then later he goes and just like gets his ass beat. It's like,
yeah.
Worf has no dignity.
Has to get like rescued by Picard and Crusher of all people wearing like cat suits.
There's a good.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that happens in a couple episodes. Not the Picard part, because they do the same sort of like weird suit thing when they're trying to save Picard from Cardassians. What was I thinking about there? Ah, it's gone. Oh well.
But DS9 definitely grows Worf a character.
Oh, I was thinking about how there's a good 15-minute video of Worf getting Worfed.
Oh yeah, the supercut of like everyone just denying Worf everything.
No, that's a different supercut. There's a supercut of Worf getting Worfed, and there's a supercut of Worf getting just denied and shut down.
Yeah.
Where it's like Worf will say something like, "Commander, we just cannot stand. We must get them." No, Worf. It's like over and over and over.
But then the most important like supercut is Riker
stepping over
chairs.
Yeah.
The like 7-minute supercut of Riker stepping over chairs.
I mean, that's because Jonathan Frakes is a tall man.
He's 6'4". Remember how DS9 had Thomas Riker get sent to a Cardassian labor camp, and then he was never heard from again?
Well, he was heard from again, though. He got an episode in DS9.
No, in DS9, he got sent to a Cardassian labor camp for working with the Maquis,
that one.
and he was never heard from again. Sorry.
Yeah, that part was messed up.
I forgot where I'm supposed to go after talking to Sid and Mid. Right, yeah, Sandworm. I went to the wrong spot.
Not getting early kill on Wing Raptor.
Oh, right.
Oh, you're fighting the hand.
I don't care about it.
I'm fighting the hand. I'm going to let it sit in hand mode and
let the MP run out. Yeah.
Let the MP run out while I use potion to heal my party.
I'm trying to find Secret of War.
Ooh, I have a very important thing I need to do.
Supercut of... Oh, right! Hand can just use Ray instead.
It can, but it's still good to get rid of the fire res.
Oh wait, I gotta be like teal, right? Match the shorts.
Anyways, I'm about to fight Sandworm, so I killed my Berserker.
Ah. Didn't happen. It's fake. You made it up.
Right. What should I catch in order to delete crystals? I'm trying to think.
Do I have to do something to force it to use fire on itself?
No, if it's in the tornado form, it'll just use fire.
Yeah,
on
hand uses ray and then uses fire on form change. It can only use fire about 3 or 4 times though.
Okay, I'm just completely misremembering the boss then.
Now,
Got it.
You remember to let it run out of MP, which the hand can run out of MP. It's just
That's... I'm trying to hit it.
DS9 was messed up in general. I don't know if I agree with that. It's messed up in the sense that it did a lot of things that other Star Treks do not.
Yeah.
Including just plain having a serialized story, like seasons told in order that have overarching plots. And it turns out DS9 is the best one to binge watch for this reason. You get to like see all of those pieces like come into play. Even across like 7 whole seasons, there's payoffs for a lot of stuff.
Whereas it's also the DS9 where things are sad and things go wrong and people have interpersonal conflicts.
Yeah.
There's a golden rule of TNG.
Invented money again.
Yeah, early TNG, Roddenberry was firm that nobody in the conflict has to be not between the crew members. Everybody gets along.
External.
And then Roddenberry died, and they're like, we're not doing that anymore. We're making juicy stories.
Yeah.
Isn't DS9 also the one Star Trek where everybody is just sitting around a station specifically?
Yeah, Captain Sisko's not even a captain for 5 or 6 seasons.
It was, what was it, pitched as wagon train in space?
Yeah. So it starts off, everybody's miserable in the shithole of this Cardassian station.
Oh yeah, it's just a backwater.
Yeah,
right?
taking care of a planet no one cares about. Also, everybody on the planet hates you. So.
Yeah. Oh, it's great.
Okay. All right.
The pilot episode has Sisko telling off Picard.
Yeah, and Sisko hates Picard because Sisko's wife died when Picard was aboard, and he still carries that grudge.
Great. It's so good.
And Picard's right. And Picard is shitty right back to him for most of that episode. Yeah. Picard's got his mean face on.
He's so condescending.
Yeah.
You never see that. It's like, ah.
So I'm chopping up sandworm. I should go buy some tents.
Okay, alright, I think we're running out of fires on the hand.
Anyway, as far as wrapping up the DS9 parts, I will talk about it for like any length of time, but I'm sure that my audience doesn't really want to hear that right now. My official recommendation is to watch the whole thing. Like, just binge watch it over like a month or whatever.
If you see a title card called Profit and Lace, just skip it.
Don't skip any episodes.
Skip Profit and Lace. Like, I don't give a shit about continuity. I don't have to grok with fucking transphobia. I killed the sandworm.
Oh no, Galoof's gonna die. Shit.
Galoof loves to die.
70. Oh, god damn it.
I said yes to the tutorial.
That's what you get. That's what you get for telling people to watch Profit and Lace.
I think by skipping the episode, you're denying yourself the opportunity to, reflect on the 1990s and what happened. Like, I'm all or nothing about it, right? Like, warts and all. Okay. I don't have to like that episode.
That's true. We also had different opinions about Voyager, though, because I said the first time I watched.
You skipped so many episodes.
I did. Somewhere around the end of season 2, I developed a sense where I could just tell within the first 5 minutes if I should watch the episode or not.
The best part is that because you have never watched the episodes.
Right, you're Shield Wall Steve again.
Yes, I'm impenetrable.
No, that's not the lesson of Shield Wall Steve.
I can't be defeated. Because I know that if what's-his-name is in the first 5 minutes of the episode, I can just skip it. I don't need more Neelix in my life. The only Neelix episode I need are the ones where he leaves, and the one where he, Okay, 3 episodes of Neelix I need. One where he leaves, the one where he dies and comes back and is mad about being resurrected. And the one where he gets spawned with the Tuvix.
Yeah, Tuvix is great.
Okay, I've got Liquid Flame out of MP on.
Hold on. How about the one where Tuvok gets like de-brain aged?
Ooh.
And Tuvok starts acting like a child, and Neelix is the only one who accepts him in this form. Everyone else just wants, the Tuvok that they know back. And Neelix is like, look, this condition is permanent, and he's still a person. Like, he's the only one with, like, enough emotional intelligence to reach out to Tuvok at the level that he is then at. And it's really touching. And, the only reason that episode is a payoff is because of all of the setup of previous episodes where they've had these little interactions. Yes.
Yeah. So you ran the form out of MP?
I ran all the forms, or not the person, but I've run the tornado and the hand out of MP, so I'm just on. Basically, I'm making sure that everyone's ready on ATB, because the last thing I wanted to ever do is leave it in the person form.
Yeah, person form must be defeated.
Now, I understand and in part commiserate with your experiences right now, mate, but just to be clear, this is going to sound like a really basic, stupid question. Typically, we want to run our opponents out of HP. Is there a particular reason you're...
Well,
because my damage is sub 100.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, this is an endurance battle.
Against an opponent with 3,000 health.
Like, an opponent who was healing itself was MP.
Oh,
MP is HP.
Numbers are such bullshit.
Okay, so in an increasingly long list of why open fire is busted as fuck, I just delete metamorphs because I can confuse them with it, and it never breaks them out of confusion because confusion is a status ailment that could potentially exist in its table.
I think it doesn't break it out of it because your thing doesn't count as a physical hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
probably actually it.
You're bypassing the, like, confuse, charm, sleep, wake up
Fire is so fucking stupid. Like, that is the reason why it is totally okay to have a cannoner this early.
Get out of this form! You can't cast a blaze. No blazing.
420.
Okay. I can take one more blaze, and everyone's gonna go to like 1 HP. If I take another blaze past that, we all die.
Are you out of high pots?
Yes.
Yeah. Jeez.
So this is all on how many times I roll into, you know, the liquid man here.
Hey, I posted 1,000 damage with just a berserker. Two-handed Dumax, pretty fucking good.
Shit. Oh, no. Don't. I need an attack. Ah, heck. Alright,
It seems to me you lived your life like a candle in the wind.
Okay, I can Phoenix down people if we can get into...
Okay, wait, so Kaz, if this doesn't, like, if open fire does not count as an attack, that means that Gill Turtle is super fucking dead, right?
Gill Turtle has a lot going on.
Yeah, Gill Turtle...
It's really fast, it's undead, it has a wall, and it has counterattacks that don't... Okay, so... Not all physical attacks are created equal, right? And neither are all counterattacks. I'm pretty sure that Gill Turtle specifically will counter, like, stuff. So, you might not be just good against Gill Turtle, but if you have elemental damage on that somehow, then, and can, like, element ice it, then maybe.
Okay, I had to spend an elixir, but we got there.
Hey, that's what they're
Nice.
for. You're about to get more of those.
I love spending
Castle
elixirs
Alright,
in every video game.
let's...
Come on, D-Max, get me out of this.
Look,
Gilgamesh, give me fire, not hashtag fire, hashtag fire. Oof. Okay.
the way I see it, if you end an RPG file with elixirs still in the tank, when you die, you get suspended upside down in a tank that has all of them. And if you can't drink it, then you go to the dwarf underworld.
That's my goal.
With the dwarves.
My goal is to be submerged in as much elixir as I want.
We got jobs.
I probably should have went and bought a coral sword, but I forgot it.
Alright, so we will apply jobs once we get out of
What'd you get?
Berserker.
Nice! Join the club. You can have 3 berserkers and 1 thief, and that'll be a manifest upgrade.
Well, I have to put Beastmaster in now, too.
Oh, okay, good. Did you, You can go to the... Remember to pick up the lightning whip.
Where is that at?
Skull Eater Cave.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right at the very end of Skull Eater Cave, might I add.
It's good, though. It's a good item.
So I'm
Okay.
going back to the wind shrine here because the enemies that I can beat up in here are more profitable than ones that I can beat up elsewhere. They have a chance to drop elixirs, which I might actually need.
Yeah, the arrow guy.
I'd probably want two maxes.
Oh, likely. Do you have 2 berserkers right now? You might.
Well, I have 0 right now. I'm in a cutscene.
Oh, well, you could. Yeah.
I will have maximum 2 because, like, I could have berserker, beastmaster,
Wait,
thief.
Oh, I committed a fraudulent action.
Ooh, what was that? Did you fight something with a freelancer?
I did, because when I changed Ferris into a monk, went back to town, and she came back as a freelancer with her previous equipment equipped.
Yeah, nice.
Like, I want to say that's a forced error. Like, I didn't have any say in that.
It's strange there because, like, she isn't in your party, but she is, like, she'll show up for the shop.
Yeah.
Alright.
What's the good floor? That is the 3 monsters.
I have to go get the Mongaush.
No, I don't want White Snake.
I think that's it.
Okay. Still need to figure out what I'm gonna do about 4 crystals.
What's your
What
setup?
do you got?
Okay, well, I have Beastmaster. That's kind of plan A.
What are your other 3? I assume
Knight-
it's not just 4 Beastmasters.
Knight, Samurai, Cannoneer, Beastmaster.
Oops, Samurai. There you go.
Oh, just pay him.
No,
Okay.
No.
It's a
There's
death.
another Samurai ability.
Oh, right, the instant death thing.
Yeah, it's kind of pricey in terms of job points, but you can grind up to it, and then, just keep rolling that until they go away.
Oh, well, hang on, I gotta go get 99 gold needles, and I'll see y'all in 5 hours. I'll be in the basement.
Not that long. It's like 300.
And, just so you know, in the moment when you're doing it, it's not a guaranteed thing. In fact, because their level is so high, it's kind of a low % chance, so you will be rolling a lot.
Yeah.
But it is safe to the tune that you're not dealing damage to them, so you'll never put them in their critical attack forms, and you have strong tools to mitigate damage from their weak physical attacks. So
Yeah, like my entire party's in the back row thanks to open fire, and they're all really tanky classes, so it's nothing.
Yeah. Alright, replace my elixir. Right hand side is knife, left hand side is elf cape.
I think so, yeah.
Alright.
I usually get both, so I kind of stopped keeping track.
I do appreciate that the Windrake, that they had made sure to put the Windrake right on the shore after the whole thing with Zazad is done, because the ships are gone.
Okay.
I imagine it swam to shore, right?
Yeah. It's like the
Windrakes have proven themselves to be somewhat intelligent beasts. One of the 3. These are the 3 sisters.
Yep, that's arrow. Okay, that's just arrow. Good. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Welcome back. Ooh, stole elixir? Sure.
Didn't I use
Don't-
that?
See how...
Don't mind if I do.
Elixir.
Okay, it's gotta be Lena. She's on level 4 already.
Oh no, Toad. Shit, this thing does have air too.
Take out the active window again.
That's very bad. This is going very poorly. want to get out of this place so I can actually turn on my damage dealing classes. That's gonna be nice.
Yeah, just get your cape, get your knife, and get out of there.
Yeah.
I do like how they put a safe point right next to the basement. Like, it's more for Odin than anything, but they do.
Okay.
No.
Got my knife. Let's use it.
Yeah.
Because that's a huge upgrade. Then we have to run back to the pot, heal, then go get our cape, then run back to the pot, heal, then finish this.
And then try to kill Iron Claw.
Yeah. I have to keep running back to the pot to heal because I, as mentioned with the Liquid Flame fight, kind of bottomed out on literally my inventory.
Yeah.
So we've got 2 elixirs and 3 Phoenix Downs or something like that.
I sure hope there isn't some kind of monster underneath an airship. That would be really upsetting.
There's no such thing as a monster on the airship. Come on.
It would feel like getting attacked in my point of safety.
Can't believe I got no elixirs. After I promised to spend them, they're like, oh, okay then. Guess we won't show up.
We'll spend nothing.
Got some shurikens to sell.
Hey, you guys want to know a messed up fact about Bravely Default?
Sure.
Hit me with it.
Basically, the only way to get elixirs in that game is to win them or steal them from asterisk holders.
Oh, right. That's what I did.
Huh.
I just, like, found the one mammon who would
Max
come
and
to my
Chachi,
door.
thank you for the raid. We're doing some FF5.
Yes.
Hands up. This is a raid. Oh, shit.
I still never seen the raid. People keep telling me to.
I haven't seen it either because every time I search for it on Netflix, like, other shit comes up there. Like, we don't have the raid, but we're not going to just tell you that. So,
Yeah.
Would you like
maybe
this
I've
other
pirated it.
film called FBI Adventure Zone?
The last time I searched for the raid, I ended up watching Lady Bloodsport, and that was a disappointing film.
Nah, alas. Not everything can be as beautiful as it sounds.
Right.
You'll just have to watch Lady Murder
Yeah.
Cop again.
Lady Murder Cop.
Ooh, I did, like, that's kind of what it was, right? Like, I went into this thing expecting Lady Murder Cop, and what I got was, like, what's it called? Into the Badlands without, like, any of the cool parts.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very good at all.
More Goliath tonics. Got my elf cape. Let's equip that elf cape.
Ah, the Octo-Racken.
Alright, that's everything I want out of here. I don't care about, let's see, one more job. I'm on Chaos. I don't care about Ribbon enough.
You only ever
What
really
did-
need one, and you can get other ones if you need them.
Asuna, do I care about that?
You can buy it later.
Well, then I don't care about that. That's just
It's sort of
money
expensive,
saved.
but you save money.
I'm glad that they at least gave me one advanced class.
Oh
Because
no!
otherwise I would feel cheated.
I
I don't know
got-
if they actually guaranteed one.
I got attacked on the airship!
Oh, I can't believe it.
Pretty big
No!
crawdads.
This was supposed to be a safe place! Why would they do this?
Because
Well, I mean, you're fighting Crayclaw, so it might as well be.
I'm scared!
is there a more of a chump boss?
Remember your mantra. More of a chump boss than Crayclaw. Jeez.
Just in general.
Whew, thank God it's dead. I was so scared. I got attacked and I
Starting
was...
to think that scaredy-catedness of yours was an affectation of sorts, sir.
Everything I say and do is real! Within me beats the heart of a warrior, and I have a warrior spear!
Okay, well, we complement each other wonderfully, because everything I say and do is entirely unreal.
Well, a warrior needs a charlatan in his life.
Hmm.
We better bring it. You better bring it.
You could ask for no finer charlatan than I. I'm even possessed of a charlatan's name.
Although that reminds me of a clever thing I said recently that made me pleased with myself, which was that, it was that lady who posted the very stupid hot take on Himbo. It turned out she was getting paid for those. She runs a Patreon where if you just give her money, she'll just do a hot take on whatever you tell her to. And I was like, you know what? I can respect a charlatan more than a fool. You're running the hustle. I can respect that. I can fuck with that.
4 build-ups. That's Carl Boss down.
Come on. You better bring it. Alright, it's been brought.
4 Sildra.
Iron Claw never showed up.
Yeah, got him.
Oh, we got 3 minutes. Let's go get this.
Free N.
Might as well, it's right here. They don't actually make you leave once you have the, once you beat, Sergeant and friends out front. Yeah. So, with that out of the way, I'm actually a lot more free to run about the castle. There's actually a lot of money on the
a lot of the chests that are directly next to stairs just have money in them.
It's just that so many of them are like, oops, there's a Gigas.
Well, this one is just Sorcerer and 2 Kurnak. I'll take the, sure, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
It's not a fight. Alright, so once I leave here, that's the crystals, so then I'm going to have to add in Berserker and Beastmaster to this setup.
It's very funny that the game will put on, it'll equip leather shoes over elf cape. Auto-equip will do that. It's like, hey, you want the best stuff you got? Here, bam, leather shoe. Take off that item you risked your neck for and put this on. It's 1 defense.
1.
I think my favorite part of that is both that there are trap items, quote-unquote trap items, as much as we love the bone mail in this house.
I've always been a bone mail disrespecter. It's Kaz you gotta talk to for the bone mail love.
But also, it's just like, they deliberately say, hey, our optimized system is trash. It's like, please take that into account when wearing this angel robe.
Keep going.
You must be held accountable for your decisions to equip auto.
Alright, so here we are.
Actually, why didn't you press the A button while I was making a drink? Betrayed.
Alright, so I get Beastmaster with Flea. And we get
You got to see where I saved last time because come on, farts.
Ferris.
Ooh, okay.
Ferris is Berserker.
So, for the benefit of the zoo here, this is the drink. That is, I don't know what it is because I haven't named it yet.
It's green.
It is. It's 2 ounces of vodka, 1 ounce of lime juice, and sweetened with about 2 bar spoons of concentrated Monster Energy drink. Monster syrup, I guess. Because I made it into a... It's not a simple syrup anymore.
Anyway. It's less than simple. Wait.
Complicated.
Other way around. Alright, okay. So, I've added on to my little job thing at the bottom so now you can see Berserkers on the list. Alright, I need a weapon for Berserker.
It's actually quite pleasant.
At least No, I can't. I have to go do library first, don't I?
Yeah, you have to do library before you can get to max. So
Yeah,
Mithril Knife
you
is
to grind up to level 15.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
in order to get the best drops.
I'm gonna buy myself one mithril hammer, as much as I don't like that weapon.
I think Mithril Knife is a little bit better, but it's marginal.
Oh, I'm on a team that's gonna have trouble with, like, drain counters.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this is gonna suck as far as fights go. Also, I can't go get my, Thunder Whip yet.
Yeah. It helps to have the airship, but... Wait, it's just by...
Isn't it over down by,
Yeah, it is down south, so you might not be able to get it yet until you have the ship.
Yeah, I think with the ship I can go get it.
I'm right by there, so I'll check.
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't realize this still did this.
Yeah, you would need... Because it's, down here, so yes, you need the ship to get it.
Okay. So, no lightning whip, so I just have whip. Which is back row, okay, so why are you in the front row?
Whip is pretty good.
Anything I can catch right now?
Say, ooh, can you get to the desert?
Yes.
If you can get encounters in the desert, you can catch Sand Bear.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
Punch.
I don't think he can get to that desert.
Oh, I can only get to the Dome Chimera Desert.
Yeah.
No, you can
get to Dome Chimera.
If you can get to the Great Library, it's just to the left.
Oh, right. You can just walk there, and you're still able to go there.
Yeah.
I didn't think you could actually encounter monsters there.
You might not be able to, but it might be worth checking out.
Wait.
Well,
I have lost my way in the ship graveyard of all places. Nice.
Ooh, you could try page 32.
Ooh, page 32 to cast Banish. I like that plan. That's good. Alright. Yeah. Now you're talking my language.
I think if you catch, like, Flamethrower, it can release fire, but its magic score really sucks, so it doesn't do any damage.
I have all the money in the world of the Mo. Nothing really to spend it on.
Okay.
I like Burned Head's definition of a complex syrup. That's how you get there.
Ooh, complex syrup.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I could see like everyone's chats in one place.
I can only see two chats, one on my phone, one on my stream page.
I don't have your chat up because I set this up before you jumped in the call.
Yeah, it's still not working. I'll Google that later as to why that might possibly be the case.
Yeah, like, I'm assuming a main, so I just ended up picking Slyos.
I'm gonna go inside here and fight this monster.
Ah, man, Kick is so good.
You will stop saying that very shortly.
It's so much better than Yang's kicks.
I mean, okay, you're not wrong there. Yang
doesn't counter. His kick is bad. He might actually be a bad martial artist, you guys.
Yeah, but he has very powerful metal claws on his hands. He's like that picture of that kid with those sand claws sticking through the beach. He's fucking unstoppable.
Yeah, that's good. I am not actually trying to grind here. I've just lost my way on the first screen? How is this possible? Hold on, maybe there's a switch in the... Oh, wait, no, Okay. I'm a buffoon. I understand. I didn't want to get wet. I was afraid of getting wet. Then Ferris would be embarrassed.
You gotta go through the underwater.
Why can't I use Toad Blade? I want to turn the things into frogs by stabbing them.
Man, Toad Blade would be dope.
Toad Blade.
Yeah, how are we able to breathe underwater here for like an unlimited amount of time, but later it's this big deal?
Blitzball! No, it's hyper-oxygenated water by skeleton decomposition. The carbon dioxide in the skeleton's... No, the calcium oxide in the skeleton's bones, in the special ghost water, decomposes in order to release oxygen and calcium into the water. The calcium reacts with the hydrogen ions in the water. Is
hydrocalcate.
Yeah, calcium hydroxate. Yeah. And but the extra oxygen from this what
catalyzes this reaction?
It's ghosts.
Shit.
Catalyzed by ghosts.
Man, I was about to be like, oh, well, if you think you're so smart, then how does it work in Final Fantasy X lane of normal water where everything explodes in fireflies?
Blitzball.
And then you just cut me off with ghosts.
Well, Tidus is a dream. That's how he does it. Wakka's too dumb to drown, and Riku has a rebreather.
Yeah. Riku's the one who just has the tech, like what?
What do you mean I'm hurting you, Birdhead? Are you telling me ghosts...
The hair is also gills.
Are you telling me that ghosts can't catalyze a reaction?
That is said by a person who has never met a ghost, let me tell you, because it will catalyze a reaction in you. Your whole, internal chemistry will change. Mostly from the terror.
If ghosts can make food that will make you live forever, of course they can make bones decompose into oxygen and calcium.
Alright, so... My entire party is level 14, so I'm just gonna enter here and not think about it.
You're good.
I feel like pulling out my chemistry textbook.
Just not thinking about it.
I'm pretty sure calcium hydroxide is a thing that could exist. Oxygen loves combining with things. And calcium's pretty reactive, too. You just need an OH group. That's got, Actually, would that work? Because that would have,
So, hold... No.
Right?
CaO2 is definitely a thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the trick with the, I'm trying to actually think about it. What are the reactive metals called? It's been so long.
I didn't think it was a metal.
Yeah, calcium's a metal. It's by lithium and potassium. It's a very soft, dull gray metal. Highly reactive. It'll, But I think...
It's been too long since I took this stupid course.
I forget. I think it's...
Calcium.
That group of metals...
Look! Column 2!
Yeah. What are those called, though? But are they reactive because they have electrons to give away, or electrons, or do they grab onto electrons?
No, I think they're I think it goes left to right number of electrons. No, that's not it. Because helium only has two.
Because a oxygen hydrogen group would be negatively charged. You would have an extra.
Well,
electron.
oxygen is on the opposite side of the page from hydrogen.
Okay, calcium wants to give away 2 electrons, and OH group would have 1 free electron. So it would buy.
Scans.
So that might work. I don't know. Ghosts can do anything.
I'm gonna actually have to read this chemistry textbook at some point to remember what the hell is going on.
What group is it? What is the group called, though, Burnhead? It's got a group. Oh, I'm getting dropped frames somehow.
All right,
alkali metals.
Now it's a coaster.
I just paralyzed Ifrit. Okay, that's an easy fight.
Yeah, alkaline earth metals are the 6 in group 2 of the periodic table: beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, and radium. Lithium is lithium and potassium are right next to them. They're all highly reactive.
Thanks for the catch on that one.
Yeah. Although I don't think potassium is in that group, but it's right next to it.
No, dude, it's to the left. Potassium is in the first line.
Yeah.
It's K.
Yeah, K.
I thought Ifrit was gonna be a real hard fight, but paralyzed, huh?
Yep, Whip, he's a beast. Yeah! Starting to respect Beastmaster now.
Here's the thing about beasts. You'll be delighted to hear this. The whip activation, the paralysis, is bugged. it's supposed to activate on magical beasts. However, it is bugged to activate on anything that is not a magical beast. This is why the tame command works on Omega.
Yeah, I was about to ask, like, is that just tame, or is that, like, whip?
It's tame and the whip paralysis. They operate on some of the same bits.
That's hilarious.
I'm really interested to see if this particular team is Omega ready. If I can just mash tame on him and then use my ignoring defense abilities.
Yeah,
on him.
you're one.
Yeah. If you have ignore defense, then you can deal damage to him, and if you have like, depending on your speed, 2 or 3 people taming it, like Omega is fucking fast. Okay.
Yeah, Omega's very fast. Turn the battle speed all the way down, and you'll be okay-ish. It's very tight if you only have 2 tamers, because you can do it with 2 berserkers, 2 tamers, but you gotta be on your fucking point.
You gotta be literally back and forth.
Because if you mess up once, you're fucking dead.
If they have different speeds, you're just out to like sooner or later.
So yeah, I goofed it. I have to go back to Sid and Mid and show them the medal I got from the turtle before they'll tell me to go to the other meteorite so I can fight Titan. Can I confuse a cat? Is Confuse Blade a thing? I can confuse it. I don't think it is. It'd be kind of antithetical, wouldn't it? An attack that... Well, no, monsters get to do that all the time. We're not a monster.
I am drinking Monster Energy, though, in a kind of distilled form.
Adamantine is just a weird word for diamond. So I guess we're reinforcing our ship with diamond. But not diamond because it's diamond male and diamond plate is
I thought it was named after Adam Ant.
Other way around. Adamant loves diamonds. I think what's the French word for diamond? I think
that's a good question.
I think it's Adam.
I'm pulling out another textbook.
Man, I think adamant is like one of the words for
because ambushed.
Ambushed. Are you ambushed?
I am not. Okay.
Okay, I successfully got my phone today.
Qu'est-ce que c'est le mot pour en anglais diamond? Dirty diary. Diamond. Diamant. It makes me feel like a dumbass every time that happens.
I remember in a Nero Wolfe novel, it was important because somebody's birthstone was diamond, and
you were born in April then.
A shitty guy was like making fun of a woman to her face that because he knew something about the person whose birthday was in April. And he referred to her as very adamant, which Nero Wolfe picked up as being the French word for diamond. So he realized that the shitty European guy was being something about it. And Nero Wolfe knows French.
Oh, wow.
Does Rex Stout?
Yes.
No idea. But Nero Wolfe does.
Nero Wolfe does speak French and English and I think Spanish.
Serbo-Croat, Russian, probably.
Yeah. There's whatever they speak in Montenegro.
Yeah, it was Serbo-Croat.
So, I think this Biblos party is level up like 8 times is the answer.
Ooh.
Damn.
What are you fighting?
Biblos with like it's either that or like some sort of catch shenanigan.
Can you do 2 Beastmasters and get another whip?
I can't get another whip now.
Oh, so cool thing about Bosnian language. There were Bosnian exchange students in my high school. It was the coolest thing. There's like a little community of for whatever reason, the town I grew up in had a lot of sister cities across the world, and so we got a lot of different people from all over the world. And one of them happened to be in Bosnia, and so in this one time, going home on the bus, we had a Bosnian girl and a Serbo-Croat girl who got in a fight about a boy, And, like, the first one of them to say a racial slur, and then it's just, like, fists flying. It was the wildest shit. All conflict is as complicated as this deep down. You are not fighting for anything, like, more important than that boy. Let's be real. Anyway, I just swatted Siren out of the way. Get out of here.
Thinking about Biblos.
I'm looking at catch strats that might work. Yeah. Also, I need to leave here. I'm like one fight from level 15 on the entire party, so we're gonna just go head off that.
I'm trying to remember what my resource was, where I looked up I had like a catch plan. Okay, no, the thing in the flame ship released is lightning, not fire.
Oh, okay, I caught a page 32. Now can I just delete the fight with a page 32?
It might have like a mischance, so...
Okay.
Oh, you might be able to buy a whip from Karnak. I will go check while you're doing whatever you're doing.
Okay.
I was in dark tabs looking for...
I'm gonna go see if I can go delete this boss.
It's always a good option.
If I can take the option that isn't, like, grind to level 22, I will take that one. Alright, Biblos, round 2. This time I have a secret weapon.
Okay, this cavesofnarsh.com guide says location: buy from Karnak, Final Land, Karnak, Bartz's land, win from Magissa. I'm looking at the Karnak weapon shop. There are no whips here.
Yeah, so page 32 casts Banish, and that does not work on Biblos, so...
It might have a mischance. So, if it fails, like, twice, then it probably won't work.
There's not a guy in the middle. There's the weapons person and the armor person. What?
It can be bought.
There's a man who's just sort of walking around in that place, and he has other things for sale.
Really?
Yes.
What?
That happened after the thing exploded.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, he sells whip. Holy shit, I never knew about this guy.
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah. There's a third man. He's selling the wreckage.
He's selling the wreckage. He sells a kunai. Wow, you can get kunai? And a mithril spear and diamond
What the
bell.
fuck? How did we never know about this guy?
Kaz knew about it.
What do you mean, how did we never know about it? I knew about him.
There's a plural. I didn't know about this guy. I'm sure one other person did.
I didn't. I bow to your wisdom, Kaz. So,
Here's the thing. I love that that every time I play this game, there's always more facts.
Yeah, there's always more to learn.
I think the best part about that is I also forget things every time I play this game, so there's this constant, like, cycle of facts that you care about, and
Super Mario Brothers 3 is probably the game that I go to for that sort of shit, because it's just like, if you told me there was some, like, extremely cockamamie thing that I never knew about and nestled within the back half of the code or something.
Hey, Vpriz. Oh, this isn't even the back half of the code. Just check this out. There are several levels in every world where if you collect all of the coins, a secret white toad house appears.
I think I remember hearing about that. Like,
did you know this shit?
Okay, I remember, like, 1-4, there's a specific amount of coins that you can collect and it makes it appear.
Did you know that in Super Mario Bros. 3, there's a special power-up called the Frog Suit?
Oh my god, hold on.
It's supposed to let you swim better, but I never liked the controls. Instead, it just makes you move slower on land.
Biblos, ff5. Tell me about Biblos and what Biblos is immune to.
I think my favorite part of Super Mario Bros. 3 is the Karibo shoe. which appears in exactly one level, and that level does not make use of the mechanic of the Karibo shoe that lets you do the Donkey Kong thing of jumping after you fall off of a ledge.
It can let you go on spikes too, right?
So
yes, you can walk on spikes and you can hop on certain enemies who you couldn't otherwise hop on.
Like, it sucks because Karibo shoe is a lot of fun.
It is. It's also very cute. You're in this big old boot,
it's got Yoshi
and it has
jump.
a propeller.
It's pretty good. All right, I'm going to go with this. Here's my current strategy. Banish is going to hit sooner or later.
It either will or won't, and we're hoping it will. You might have to do it 20 times for it to hit once.
Look, all I care about is bypassing this boss, and that'll if that's a plan that can bypass this boss, A+, we did it.
Yeah, the other idea would be to walk all the way back to Karnak in order to buy a whip.
And I still think that part would involve a bunch of extra bits.
Yeah, it would probably involve leveling up twice just to get to 17 or 16.
Yeah.
I should say before I fight Soul Cannon.
Wow, you...
I have high attack power, so things are just kind of happening.
Alright.
Just having dual grip and coral swords here is pretty powerful. And I'm not even using Sandara Blade, and I'm doing 1,000 damage to flamethrowers.
Galoof has mastered Cannoneer for a while now, I'm upset. This provides an implication that I would want Galoof to not be invisible.
I love Invisible Galoof. Who doesn't? We all love Galoof.
Alright, round the next. Hey! Banish to the void!
Hey,
yeah.
got him! Let's all give a hooray to Beastmaster for being the best job.
Stupid plans, you'll love to see them.
Thank goodness. Just put you in the void.
I mean, that's what happens to the other one, right? He gets banished to the void, and then you fight him there.
What if page 32 is actually X-Death?
What if page 32 is actually X-Death?
Okay, like, what if you banish Beebless to the void, and instead of fighting a panda in the void, you fight Beebless?
Yeah. Okay, is there anything special I need to fight Soul Cannon, or should I just hit it really hard?
Thank you for the info, Huzzah, on page 32 and Banish.
I forgot to put magic on Lena, but it doesn't matter.
Paper is made from trees.
Well, money is actually made from cloth. Oh, they olded my Berserker.
Alright, so now I think we have to go back to talk to Sid.
Okay, I probably need to buy a few more gold needles when we're close.
Okay, I'm super happy to have that. That's the biggest, like, threat that I think we've had in the way here. Because now I get the ship, I can go pick up the lightning whip, I can go get myself some Dumax, some Death Sickle, yeah, this all seems a lot better now.
Stop dodging! You're old, I need you to die. Okay, they're gonna die from beam cannon anyways.
Chronotic Gord is in World 2, right?
Yep.
Okay. Just putting that in the front of my mind so I don't forget it, you know?
I actually wonder... I might be approaching this fight the wrong way.
Oh? Ooh, alright.
I might should just attack Soul Cannon and ignore the missiles.
I assume you're like Thundara blading, right?
Yeah.
Like that's easily the most powerful thing you've got access to for that fight.
I was taking the time off to kill all the... I don't have a good way to heal past being dead. Because I can't buy high potions, so... Once I pick somebody up to... after they die... I kind of get owned. So I'm... Okay, next plan.
So I'm going to note that I'm going to talk to this person here, and they're going to have, like, an inventory. And I do know that I've definitely talked to this person before, but I have no recollection of it. It's very Gandalf walking through the mines. I don't need to buy anything, though. I need the ship. Pub. Pub is where I'm trying to go. Pub.
Okay, so... Farts, I need you to attack Soul Cannon, not Launcher. Okay, next plan now is to ignore the launchers and just attack Soul Cannon. I don't know if Thundara Blade is better or worse than Two-Hand Coral Sword, so let's find out. It's about the same, maybe a little worse, so turn of setup was not worth it. Yes, attack Farts. Use the rocket on Farts. Okay, most of my party is old at this point. So we're doing Operation Use Thundara Blade on Soul Cannon.
Starting to ponder how much stupid shit I can get away with open fire, depending on how fake it is. Specifically, do I welcome Lilliputian Lyric into my heart? Does everyone just get to be small? And have shields?
I think if everyone's small, you probably are on 1 damage. That's... like, generally, if to bypass, like, mini damage, you have to have some sort of, like...
come on, baby, come on, baby.
Like, trigger or effect.
Come on, baby.
But that might do it, I don't know.
Come on, baby.
Yeah, like, it depends on how fake it is.
Right.
Yeah, got him!
Right,
okay. If Soul Cannon had gotten in action, he would have killed us all. Because he was... it had charged up to 128% and was about to use Wave Cannon, which I would not have lived through. So I just had to kill it before it took an action.
Alright, Ferris is fully outfitted with Mithril. That's good. Mithril. Alright, now let's go to the ship. So, we need to go pick up from Skull Eater Cave. You know, I'm super happy about this. One thing I was actually thinking about as I was doing the run, doing a run, you know, the Fiesta, is that I basically never have a reason to go to Skull Eater Cave.
Yeah, you basically never do unless you need to farm Nutkins, farm Skull Eater, or you have Beastmaster. So you can go there to get the Blitz Whip.
Yeah.
Blitz Whip, not Flare Whip. Flare Whip is the mythical treasure.
Yeah.
Alright, we're in the Ronka ruins.
Okay, Lynn has mastered Samurai. I can now bring instant death.
Well, there's your answer.
I love instant death.
So, Ronkan ruins, and you're one...
Yeah,
I say one, but it's more like 1,000, like 2 bosses. How many bosses does RKOA guys count as? 2?
I don't know. It starts off weak to fire, right?
It has 4 weakness rotations, and then in its final form, it's like all element resist.
Which means I might need to... Coral Sword might be bad here.
Yeah, Coral Sword, you'll get Ancient Sword in the dungeon.
I got 3 sword users, though, so I'll have... I can use Mongosh on one of them.
Wind, okay. Yeah, I know it's full element resist on its wake up, and that's what makes, like, it makes mage parties have a bit of a problem with that fight, where, like...
Hi, Kaz.
Let me try this again. Am I back?
You're back.
Hello. Yeah, you're back.
That's weird because my troubleshooter is telling me that my modem is unresponsive, so... You know what? I'm gonna not trust that for now.
Well, it could be... I've had this happen before. It would be your DNS.
Well, I think in this case, the modem did need to restart, and in this case, it was a hard restart. It's just that the app that ties into it was not correctly, like, linking back up, so it was like, oh, I can't find your stupid modem, and I'm like, that means it must be completely fucking broken. And I'm like, well, no, that's not the case. I can see the light on it and so on, so I don't know, man.
I did have this happen a long time ago, though, where my DNS was having issues, where it would not take, like, TCP traffic, but because it would take UDP traffic, voice over IP would still work. So I couldn't connect to any website, but Skype was fine.
Yeah.
What an incredibly fake problem. I love it.
Skype still works. It's like, well, that's...
Yeah, something's working.
I feel like the thing that was the most workingest
This is physical objects, by the way.
was AOL Instant Messenger.
Ooh, yeah.
AOL Instant Messenger could connect to printers. Like,
I don't know. You don't want that, though. Once you have a printer on your network, there's nothing you can do.
yeah, I mean, the network is like a profound curse. It's worse than audio.
Can't fix the breaker on in this office. You've got a printer on the network.
That's your problem. Got a printer on the circuit, and then they just shrugged and left.
Bye.
Well, what more could they say? There was nothing they could do, Cass. There was a printer.
Absolutely nothing. They couldn't plug it into a different outlet.
Yep.
Alright, now it's certainly not my theory.
Alright, so I need to head over to Skull Eater Central.
I think I'm forgetting, like, a gold shield. I got a gold armor.
You're in the Rocket Ruins?
Yeah, I have to go, like, up and around and around, and...
Yeah, it's kind of up and around.
I don't really care so long as I get the ancient sword.
I was gonna say the main treasure you need to get is just that.
Alright, let's see if we can defeat Megissa.
I'm afraid you might punch her to death. Using focus.
Okay. Okay, build up, build up, build up, build up.
Okay,
Okay,
so...
are you dead?
I'm glad. This is my favorite... We ran into my favorite enemy here.
Skull Eater?
Okay, she's dead after 3. Hey,
Yeah,
I got a whip!
unfortunately,
You need a whip?
Unfortunately, Slyo was correct. This isn't gonna fly.
No. I don't remember where to go. Oh, it's
No,
over
my
here.
actual favorite enemy is Double Lizard.
Double Lizard is quite good. It turns around and it raises its defense.
There they are! Oh, no! Oh, I got my skull!
Give this to the Hiryu. Munch, munch, munch. I love the munching animations that Hiryu has.
Chomp, 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 chomp.
It eats the grass. That's how you know it's sick. It's like when your dog eats grass, you know its stomach is upset.
Yeah. Yep. In the case of the dog that I had for a time, BB, she would lick up dust
Yeah.
because she's an indoor dog.
It's all she could do. She didn't have to grass. She had dust.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me though. There's many parrots that eat clay because they need
What?
they need something. They need it for
Oh.
dietary stuff.
Yeah. No, I mean birds have a crop, right? And
That's what it said.
they store like grit in the crop.
Now, there's something in the clay that they need for dietary reasons, and humans can get the urge too, and it's in fact for a very long time, it was a stereotype of Appalachians that they ate dirt, and it was because they actually did eat a kind of clay because of their nutrient-poor diet. One of the things that caused them to get, what's niacin deficiency called? But in some parts of the South, you can still get clay for eating.
Well, let's see. Rickets, I thought, was just a vitamin C thing again, right? What gives you rickets? I know rickets is the thing. I don't know if it's a niacin deficiency because I don't know jack shit about any of that. Oh no, am I dead again?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I'm just deadly afraid of the Skull Eater coming to eat me, so I'm walking very slowly.
Yeah, kaolinite.
No,
that's the kind of clay they ate.
Oh no, my skull.
Your skull. Kaolinite is important in Dwarf Fortress because you can use it to make porcelain.
Okay. All right. Okay.
For some reason, it's red in Dwarf Fortress.
I need to leave the cave. No.
Are you getting your skull munched?
All right. 3 skulls have been eaten. I'm gonna have to spend some Phoenix Downs on eats. All right. Galoof was the only one whose skull has not been eaten.
If I really want to not use coral, I can use a mithril sword. Like a mithril, a Mountain-Gosh, and an ancient sword, I should be fine.
Galoof!
Right, you saying Mangiash makes me want to go take my Spanish lessons.
Huh? I said Mountain-Gosh. I didn't say...
But the way you said it was Mangiash.
I did not say
like
that. My enunciation was fine.
Well, okay, it might have been the Discord, because I'm not literally in the room with you.
Yeah, okay, if someone else says I said that, I'll believe it, and I'll eat all my fingers and toes in penance.
Don't say... Okay, no one say that to him, please. I don't want him to eat all his fingers and toes. Every time he does that, it's obnoxious. There's so much cleaning to do.
Okay, everyone's skull got eaten once.
You can live through it once.
Nobody has a skull anymore. Like, all everybody but Galoof got eaten, and then I Phoenix downed everyone, and then Galoof got eaten.
That's only fair.
Did it, run away after that?
No, I've been using the flee command.
It finally worked or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, I fought 4 different Skull Eaters. Alright, so we got the whip. That's a good upgrade. Happy about whip. I need to go buy some Phoenix down because, sort of used them all to not lose the whip.
Yeah, the crop and gizzard birds. If you ever go turkey hunting, a very common thing is when you butcher your turkey, you'll open up its gizzard, and it'll just be stuffed with acorns. Like more acorns than you knew a bird could have inside of it. And when I feed my chickens,
get, really big though, yeah. And the gizzard is really flexible too.
It floats. It inflates like a balloon. If I feed my chickens a lot, you can see their breasts get bigger from their gizzard filling up with corn. And they'll go grind it away with their little non-teeth having bodies for however long.
Big old corn.
There's lots of corn.
I don't think there's anything else I need to do with the ship, so I'm just gonna go crash it.
Is there anything I want down where the Hydra lives?
Well, you can... If you have a bunch of Phoenix Downs to spare, you can use them on Ghidra, and that's basically a free fight, and it's pretty valuable. And it also will sometimes give you the Phoenix Down back.
I think there's some elixirs down there, which I may be interested in obtaining.
Okay, so since Mini is not actually beneficial to me, it's actually really bad.
Oh no.
Man.
I'm somehow not, sadly not surprised. The mini plan is sweet, but
Look,
it's very...
It's finicky.
It's contingent upon you having evade from good shields.
I mean, I can. I would need offense after the fact,
Yeah,
but...
apparently, the gun effect is minied.
The gun effect.
Ah!
It's like if the Max effect was set in the 1990s.
The gun effect.
Okay, so I can just run around town while the earthquake is happening.
Wait.
And everyone gets shaken about every 10 seconds or so. There's a big shake, and Bartz jumps, and everyone else who's on screen jumps.
It's having your bones vibrated.
Let's see this child jump.
If you talk to them, they will say, "I'm scared." Obviously.
I forgot how to get to Ghidra, so I'm just going to go fight the boss.
Except for the wizard, who goes, "Help me!"
I'm going the wrong way. I guess I'm just getting some grinding in. Ronkin Knight! I was very sad in Shadowbringers that you didn't actually go into the Ronkin ruins.
I know, they brought up the Ronkin ruins, and I thought like we were gonna have
I wanted to go inside.
Like Ghidra would beat us up or something.
Yeah.
But...
Hello, A. Johnson, 2010. I have Monk so far. I have not completed the water crystal, so I don't know what I'll get. I don't even know what I'll get. Because of a cheater.
Alright, so...
Oh shit, right. I'm dying. I should have thought.
Really, we're all dying.
Look, I was just kind of mashing down the fast forward button and letting Ianuki solve it.
Ew.
Not realizing that I was taking licks along the way.
Is he
I mean, yeah, you do. I mean, kind of. They do attack.
It's not a
It's not their
freebie.
big attacks.
You can find the ruins of Ronka on the western continent. What's really weird is that the same artifacts are found there, or same one found on this island.
Some of them look like
one high potion.
some of them look like tablets. You could have an emote where you talk to it like a phone. The Alligans and the Ronkins are basically the same thing, right?
Yeah, definitely.
The Ronkins are like the first equivalent to the Alligans, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure that they'll say, oh, it was the same people, that's just like the name that we had for it in the first. The same way that they have like different names for the different races on the first, because they call Lalafell dwarves and Galadrin elves. And
yeah, they got elves, dwarves, humans.
They have humans. So G-Volt, yes, I'm doing this.
Howdy, G-Volt. Yeah, but yeah, the Alligans don't exist on the first because that was like a point of like, wait, where did this crystal tower come from and what the hell was all this shit? But the Ronkins were basically just the Alligans.
So there's a
ancient race of
there's a particular scene in Bravely Second.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna super derail for a second. There's a scene in Bravely Second where the party says, we have the water of the hot springs, which we have just demonstrated can cure someone from being a ghost. Great. Now we can go back to Heartschild, where that has literally happened to everyone, and pump our spring water through the fountain in the center of town to stop everyone there from being ghosts. Now, that is fine logically, one for the next. However, the problem with that is, when you were first in Heartschild, before you were introduced to either ghost status or what the hot springs are, people are fine. They're not actually ghosts. If you come back at night, they're just back again. They're not in ghost state, they're hungover from partying. So this later scene serves to explain a thing that didn't need explaining in such a way that it unexplained what had happened before. And I feel like most scenes in Final Fantasy XIV where they talk about anything that supposedly happened prior to any of the events that you literally see in that game have that kind of sense to them where they're just sort of like on back all the way down, explanation on top of explanation that is based on literal nothing or perhaps opposite work. It's the kind of thing that like makes a buzzing noise happen in my ears, and I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, Alligans, sure.
At least House Chiffon survived.
When I think of I think of that sort of just my ears slowly buzzing was like when they started talking about umbral and astral elements.
Yes, they said they had it reversed. The first had it right. We had it backwards.
Like, we had it wrong, and I'm like, I don't know what either of them is.
Yeah,
like, I don't.
Well, they have to put that in there for the deep lore divers who really super care, which is
right.
No one.
That's exactly it.
The heart of Sabik. The heart of Sabik will never happen.
Okay, I'm gonna let y'all
Why can I
pick,
not get to like one vine?
Aegis Shield or Flame Shield.
Man, not being able to run from fights makes it really awkward to go to a boss fight, because I keep getting into fights and thus lowering my health.
The main reason you would want Flame Shield is if you had some sort of effective means to like heal your party.
Yeah, if you could
fire.
If you could cast fire on yourself, then it's useful. If you can't, then Aegis Shield is just technically Aegis Shield has a lower physical block.
But it has a 33%
spell block.
Magic spell block.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take that, Ben. I have nothing. Yeah.
The freaking the heart of Sabik.
The only canonical sequence of events that I will accept is the Manderville quest chain in Final Fantasy XIV. All of that is canon. Anything else that happens in FF14 is just your experience.
I love the Hildebrand quest stuff so much. So, for those who haven't played 14 and are not familiar, within FF14, there's this set of quests that they started doing in A Realm Reborn and kept doing through Stormblood that are like sort of they're like source filmmaker style things where like it's them messing around with like what can we do with animations, facial animations, character models. It's like the original
point, like as a starting point, it got introduced along with a patch that also introduced a whole bunch of facial animation differences and like upgrades, and so they needed someone who could pull like the most ludicrous looking faces, and just decided to do an entire like huge long multi-tier quest chain of comedy.
Can we get away with turning FF14 into Gmod?
It's incredible in the fact that like it's following this character Hildebrand, who's a detective in like a comedy style like vein.
He is a detective, but also a complete moron.
Right. And it's great as people in... There's always some sort of, like, you know, straight man to the comedy bit. There's always, like, yes, very much a gentleman. It's the part of the plot where Greg shows up. And the reason he's called Greg is that Hildebrand just calls him Greg. Because Hildebrand is bad with remembering people's names. So he just gives people nicknames and goes with it. I don't know, it's just... It's very funny, it's very not anything else in the game.
I'm going to have to modify my plan.
Oh boy.
Just punching Garula a bunch was not a good idea.
That
So
tends to have some issues, yes.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait, hold up. Something very important needs to happen. I need to make Gallifa Cannoneer again for this next bit.
Oh, for the...
Yes. I forgot that this needs to happen.
Now is he gonna fight X-Death? Mono a
Yeah.
mono?
X-Death is gonna fight nothing. No wonder all his spells are whipping. He can't hit shit if it's not there. Duh.
wait, is Cannoneer also Dragoon? What is going on?
There's a visual
Cannoneer,
bug.
like, Galoof does not have GBA Cannoneer sprites. He doesn't
Yeah.
have sprites for any
So,
of the
he's invisible.
MFA-based stuff.
Oh, interesting.
As you're not supposed to have Galoof with these classes.
And hey, good on the programmer for being able to make sure that that didn't fuck up the game.
And make sure that the game doesn't crash. If it was FF6, the game would just give up. It would like
for
you would
sure.
get into battle and then you would
Yeah.
never leave.
Yeah, in some cases, Final Fantasy VI will not crash exactly, but sort of hang for up to 2 hours, and then come around to make things happen.
Wait a second.
It's
Damn it, there's not a rewind button. I forgot to strip Galoof.
Oh, that's
I think he has.
a pain.
It's not a huge deal.
Could be worse.
You were supposed to warn me about this, Kaz.
only on Fridays.
Only on
Can't hold
Friday.
to this. I will warn you about that on Fridays. We're playing the video game that you don't know everything about, and I used to know everything about. Which I guess is tomorrow.
It's true.
I can hardly tell because I'm on vacation, woo! Which is less of a woo if you actually know what's going on in my life. But that's not for public consumption, so...
Neither is unsimple syrup.
No, unsimple syrup is absolutely for public consumption. I would feed this to anyone I meet on the street of Baltimore.
So
It's great. It's literal genius.
on the plus side, you know, I'm doing my death sickle farming. I just need 2, and sadly, death sickles are not as like I can pull knives out of thin air, but I can't pull sickles out of thin air. But
Yep.
plus side, I kind of do need to get some levels on this party, and these fights are worth
They're worth something.
300-ish. So
Well, if only you were better at hooks. You could get your hooks into one of them Doomaxes. I'm
Hooks are not axes.
Hooks and
How
axes.
many times?
I'm okay at the hierarchy of it is like I can do reflect ring farming reasonably well. Knives, just skeletons throw me their knives. Just holy smokes, all their knives.
I can imagine some circumstances under which that would be like not a good thing.
You could, but luckily in this game it actually is a good thing.
Always great. Have any of you seen that tweet about it's a video an idiot made of it's a cliff. It's monochrome. There's a clown juggling on one cliff on the left.
Yes.
This juggling axes and knives, and there's a sad man on another cliff. And then the clown begins to throw knives and axes at the man's silhouette. And the clown is clearly labeled as problems. And the man is labeled as man. And then later another labeled person labeled wife comes and surrounds the man in a protective barrier and fires a beam at the problems clown and kills him.
I love that tweet so much.
Okay, now I feel like both of you are in a kind of conspiracy against me because something that beautiful could not exist in the timeline that we all occupy.
It's also got like the kind of bland stock music you see in videos of people preparing gimmick food.
Yeah.
I don't commonly see music, but go on.
It is a tweet from the year 2019, which explains why.
Oh Jesus! Okay, well,
me see if I can find it. I'm gonna Google Problems Clown and see what that does.
Clown. Hey, we're at 1.
Give me Problems Clown. I need this in my life.
Here we go. Here's Problems Clown. Where do I link this? I'm just gonna link it in the stream zone. This is worth talking about. And my chat.
Sure.
Is that like a Giga evolution of Machop?
Yes.
The Problems Clown?
No, Machat.
Machat?
Yeah, there's Machat, Machop, Machoke, Machamp, and Machat.
My favorite thing about Machamp... okay, you saw somebody saw the Problems Clown.
I didn't pull it up on the stream, but you can hear the music of the Problems Clown.
I'll bring it up.
No, you can't explain this. Like, words cannot describe what is going on right now. It needs the sequence.
I think Gnome had a pretty good word explanation for what it was.
He did, yeah. Like,
I'm not clicking any links, and I still don't believe that any of what you have said is at all factual. You're all in a conspiracy to make me believe that this fictitious thing does exist.
Mods. That's a very good mods. Yes, skull. Yes. Ooh, first skull of the stream. Here we go.
skulls.
All right, run is live.
So I completely forgot what I was doing because of Problems Clown.
You were getting job form.
Yeah, I already tweeted that. I had another thing I was saying, and I can't remember it.
Problems Clown happened, and I forgot most everything else.
Everybody guess my jobs? I got Knight, Berserker, Water Mage, or Water Crystal job was a Mystic Knight. Okay. Knight, Berserker, Mystic Knight, and what's my final job? So Jen says Dragoon because he doesn't like me. What do you say, Kaz?
Dancer.
Be Priz. This is my final job.
I'm rolling Chemist.
Berserker! Yeah! 2 Berserkers, everybody!
No!
I have to go get another Doomax.
Berserker. I did not choose Dragoon because I don't like you. That is not true.
I know, you're my
chose
my good
Dragoon
friend.
because I thought it made sense with your party of super hefty people for some reason.
I just wanted to be nice.
I actively wanted you to have Dancer.
I also actively wanted me to have Dancer, but nope, double Berserker. It's fine.
I'm real happy to see these skulls again. It's been like a while since I've been able to see the death skull.
So I'll have 2 people who have Drain Blade, and then 2 people who I make Berserkers, and then never worry about ever again.
Critical, good.
So in this fight, there's an enemy in the back named Bio Soldier.
Do not let Bio Soldier survive.
If you let Bio Soldier live as the only enemy left, you died.
You've made a mistake. Mistakes were made.
Game over.
Let's go get another Doomax.
Bio Soldier has the kind of like FF4 has a number of these enemies that just start going to town when they're the last one left.
Apparently Flame Dog is one of them, but I didn't have a big problem. He just kind of fell over. I don't get what the deal is.
Yeah, like, I didn't realize that Flame Dog was a problem because Flame Dog is, like, its own thing.
It's kind of, just kind of used to my moves.
When we're taking a different pace than, like, speedrunners do at Final Fantasy IV. Let me tell you, in, like, speedrunning, Flame Dog is kind of infamous. Don't counter me.
We're not doing a speedrunner's pace, but it's been going by quite briskly.
I like that part.
Yeah.
One of the best kind of bits about the pacing of the kind of the SNES era ones, Final Fantasy, are not 80-hour infinity games.
Oh, Garula paid me back the high potion that I spent.
Hey,
thanks, Garula. What a friend to children.
Garula is friend to children.
No, the saddest part of the demo of Final Fantasy 15 that I sort of pseudo-played back in, 2015 or something,
Yep.
was like one of the enemies that they had there was gorillas. They just had gorillas all over the place, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. I remember gorilla, but they were enemies, and you had to kill them, and that was the sad part. And I'm like, oh,
isn't gorilla an enemy in 14 as well?
No. I do not have encyclopedic knowledge of 14, but I will strongly say that.
Okay, so in Stormblood, there's a dungeon called Bardam's Metal.
Yeah, Bardam's Metal has gorilla in it.
And there's a gorilla in there that helps you with one of the bosses.
Yeah.
Right?
It's because they know gorilla is friend of all.
Like you're fighting you're fighting a thing that like wakes up the sheep, or is that the gorilla? I don't know, but the gorilla's in Bardam's Metal.
We'll look at a video of it.
So,
incidentally, Final Fantasy V Advance is what taught me that Viscera means intestines.
You fight gorilla. Yeah, you fight it. Sadly.
I just remember the sheep in that fight.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is yes, I think the sheep.
That's not a gorilla.
Its name is gorilla.
I remember the sheep, and I remember the curls.
See, like with specifically with that dungeon, Kaz, I'm not surprised. Like that one's Bardam's Metal. That's the one that has the second boss that I think is your least favorite boss in the entire game.
I remember that. I hate that boss more than anything in that entire game, including Extremes, where it's just like, hey, you don't get to do your moves, just like, be in the right place. Let's do a bunch of DDR. And I'm dog shit at it, and like everyone, because ordinarily I'm the tank in any dungeon, and then when I do bad, a lot of the time people can't tell. Okay, I got Geomancer, that's great.
Hey, I love Geomancer.
Nice.
I also love Geomancer. But in that particular dungeon, it is completely obvious that I'm the one who is doing bad because a gigantic X appears over my head.
Happened to me too.
The dungeon hyper calls out, you're like...
It's like, you! That one! You're the wrong one. And like, yeah, and everyone shames me for it, and no one gives me comms in Bardam's Metal.
Gorilla stole an elf cape and... No, Gorilla. Galoof stole an elf cape and...
Gorilla
stole an elf cape! Galoof stole an elf cape and my ancient sword. So he took all my good shit.
I can't believe Gorilla would do that.
I can't believe Gorilla would steal an elf cape!
I mean, you can't really stop them, right? They have the trunk, and they just sort of go into your stuff.
Wait. Is that what makes Neo, the difference between Neo Gorilla and Gorilla? It's just Gorilla wearing an elf cape?
Wearing the elf cape. I see. Am I dead? How many dead people do I have? Okay, I can't remember from moment to moment how many hit points my individual party members have. In Bravely Default, it's like some or zero, and I don't fucking know.
You got a screenshot.
Yeah.
I show the Harvester the Dumac skull. That is how you know I am the true Berserker.
Yeah.
Oh, bullshit.
I really love how my captioner will let me say, like, fucking fuckity fuck, and not say bullshit. Bullshit is like...
Censored.
That is like the worst word that you can ever say to the captioner.
That is like a rule in like network television and radio, is you can say some minor swears, but you can say no compound swears.
Now,
like you can say damn, but you cannot say god damn it.
That's true. I worked at a radio station for a while. You were allowed to say damn and shit. But you were not able to say like, or it was like illegal to say like
bullshit,
bullshit, jackass, goddamn, like any combination of like a word and ass, shit, or damn.
So the weird thing, okay, a bit of a weird thing in the area I live in Winona. There's a brand of beef jerky I think, just called Kick-Ass Beef Jerky.
Yo!
And they advertise everywhere.
Okay.
And so, like,
go on.
Just every radio station will be like, all right, yeah, and we're presented by Kick-Ass Jerky. And it's just like, I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, does the FCC care about that? Does anyone care about that? I don't give a shit.
They
like,
might like skirt around it by being a brand name.
Like, obviously, I don't give a fuck.
Kind of this whole huge thing. But
it's just one of those things where it's like weird every time I hear it because it's not normal for what I hear on the radio usually. So
yeah. So another part about working at the radio station was that if you were presenting every, I think it was every hour, it might have been every half hour, you had to like say what the weather was in the area.
Because people were listening to the radio to know what the weather was like.
Yeah.
They had to know.
Yeah.
I posted a cool pic in the streams channel.
And you're invisible.
Just fighting X-Death, fighting nobody with open fire as commands.
I'm not happy. It got rid of my cool shades before the fight.
Oh no. Yeah, it's so that you don't go into that fight like completely owned.
I know, but like, I spent at least 5 minutes getting Gala Jellies to blast me with Rainbow Wind specifically for that goof.
My favorite fight of that one I ever did was like, I was way too over-leveled with Galoof as a chemist, and like Galoof won. Like in the sense that like Galoof like was so invincible that Galoof never actually went to 0 in the fight.
My favorite is when you use Blue Mage and you end the fight immediately by just using self-destruct. It's like, I'm outie!
Yeah.
Bam!
Floater is a classic.
I've learned a new piece of tech from watching Loon. Loon obviously does the Fiesta Done Fast during the Fiesta and has a lot of tech to learn from, but if you have Galoof at 0 health with the Bone Mail equipped, you can use a Phoenix down on yourself, you'll immediately die in the fight ends.
Yes. Yeah, that's another classic.
Like it's another way to do it that like, you know, obviously still depends on the classes, like you might not be able to equip Bone Mail, but like it makes it so if you're not Blue Mage, you have another way to get out of like, you know, 3 minutes of whatever.
Okay, so this was an unforced error, and I am a fraud. I unlocked a Geomancer, but didn't turn anyone into a Geomancer, so we've been monks for a bit.
Have you got all jobs mod? This Geomancer.
Oh no, I don't.
Yeah, Geomancer is a Earth Crystal job.
Yeah,
okay.
You're good.
Rewind.
Fun fraud. Bam.
You had it. You self-reported a error, and you consulted with an umpire, and you were clear.
I called the judge over, and then they're like, "Nope, the thing that you thought was actually fine."
Yeah, it's actually fine.
Will be assigned jobs.
It's actually completely legal to do that.
Yeah, it's
format,
like
No, that Core Haven? No, that's a legal card.
Fuck him.
I love that the greatest moment of my Magic career, like the moment where I was absolutely the most on point, the best playing, making every decision absolutely correct, and also simultaneously bluffing my opponent under the goddamn table, was a game that I lost to a bullshit card that shouldn't have existed in that format because my opponent was happy enough to, like, crack it open in their, like, secret unlock pack or whatever the hell.
Yeah, it just... Yeah.
Oh, Borzoi tells me that everyone's mic sounds too wonky.
What does that mean?
Well, I don't know what that means, but I can't really do anything. It probably means that I'm yelling too loud, because I have a bit of a devil's bargain between like the distance that my microphone is away from my face and how loud I talk, and the more sauce that I get in me, the more like enthusiastic I get, and the louder I get.
I clipped my
Medibot, that is true. We got that chicken.
Get chicky.
All right,
I can't see your chat, so I can't talk to Medibot right now. But Medibot, we need to do tests about Nintendo Puzzle Collection. It runs perfectly fine on my emulator. It's slightly worse than normal SNES, but that's just the game. We need to do testing to see if I can annihilate people at Nintendo Puzzle Collection Yoko.
I got the X proc. I was about to laugh because I was hoping deep in my soul that it would work on XDeath.
Yeah.
It just kills XDeath.
Yes, they made a version of Dolphin with rollback net play for Melee, and it doesn't say it works with Yoko, but if it, I would like it to.
Wait, I have one more slider that I could possibly adjust.
Alright, here it is.
There we go.
Now this might be a hard minigame, but you can just do it. If I had Thief, it would be a lot easier if I moved parts. Anyway, I got myself Chocobo. Also, 2 more jobs.
Rest in peace, Galoof. He lived as he died.
Chocobo literally just has some crystals where the acorn
Yo, guys, hey, do you want to hear a dirty joke?
Sure.
Okay.
Self-chocobo or autoerotic asphyxiation?
You would have to ask David Carradine. Or the guy from NXS.
Sorry. I know that I skew, like, slightly more perverted than present company, but...
Kaz, we're watching a man die right now. That's
Oh, God. Okay, I mean...
Well, we have no evidence that's not how Galoof died.
I forgot that I was at Galoof's funeral.
It's true. We don't have a body, so we can't confirm that's exactly how he died.
Yeah, we need
I'm sorry, that had some very Johnny had a family energy.
Oh, I still have to make that that YouTube video where it's just like a Let's Play of Super Mario Brothers, but as soon as you jump on a Goomba, there's like a litany that goes by on the screen, like it freezes and it's like it recounts the life and times of that Goomba that you just stomped on, and after it finishes, it just continues with the level like normal. It's great. I've had this idea for like 10 years and I have yet to make it into anything.
I didn't prepare it all for Parabolos, so I'm probably in pain.
I need to go buy Mage Mash is what I'm doing over here. Do not fight the Bio Soldier. Do not challenge the Bio Soldier. So I'm going over here to buy I think I only need 1 or 2 Mage Mash. I'm gonna buy 2 Mage Mash. Here.
Actually, what if I'm just like a super genius?
I feel like if that's the case, you would be able to come up with the right thing to do.
I can prepare.
I still have a coupon for Kelp's Finest Dishes.
Does Lina have Spellblade on? No. It's up to you,
no,
Ferris.
wait, I actually am allowed. Fuck.
Okay, I need this other Parabolos not to use Self-Exploder. Okay, it didn't.
Okay, I think... Let's see, I got my Mage Mashes, I got my...
Does Mute Blade persist through death? I don't remember. It does.
How many dogs am I killing? I don't remember more, though.
This person in the pub knows the greatest truth. Wait patiently on the road with the skull switches, and the truth will be revealed.
Okay, I flopped my way through the Parabolos fight, but I just kind of won. I almost game overed, but then I thought, when did I last save? And I thought, maybe I shouldn't die if I didn't save recently. Maybe I should just pull a win out of my ass.
What if I don't die instead?
I won.
So I just needed to talk to... Alright, so now I've got Purple Chocobo. I think now is... Sandworm?
Yes, Sandworm.
So it goes Sandworm... Adamantoise, Soul Cannon, Ronkin Ruins.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. I think that's...
Ale's gone.
A double lizard. Goodbye, double
Yo,
lizard.
this is sickening. I am able to kill certain wild Nax with one kick. Oh, that's so good. Like the foremost Nax sometimes just die.
Well, they're not the foremost Nax to me, then. Those sound like subpar Nax. Subpar sounds like a name of something from Star Trek.
The Saparnak, yeah.
Yes. We got the Regalian and the Saparnak here.
The Saparnak would be like one of those races that you only see once because the costume designer had some leftover components that they decided to turn into this elaborate, like, headdress that they had to fit into an episode somehow, and they're like, fine.
Or
okay,
they're mentioned, but you never see them.
They're in one episode of Voyager. The whole plot is a murder mystery, and they're just gone forever after that.
Right. At the end of the murder mystery, a dog likes someone, and that proves to Tuvok that they definitely murdered. That's a real episode of Voyager, by the way.
Yeah, it is. You remember in DS9 there was a kind of alien that had like a transparent skull, and you never saw them, but they appeared on screen, but they were mentioned often.
Yes, because Jadzia dated someone who had a transparent skull, and this was one of their show don't tell moments.
Or other way around, tell not show, because they didn't show the guy.
Yeah, tell don't show. Yes. I said the thing that you're supposed to do rather than the thing that they actually did.
Yeah, it was only ever to prove that Jadzia was open-minded and Worf,
Kira, at that point. Like, yeah, she was talking to Kira, because, again, what are women going to talk about to each other except other men, right?
I do remember coming up with Worf, though, because Worf got jealous. By the way, I love DS9. The Worf-Jadzia romance always sucked. They never had any chemistry together at all.
Oh, come on. The thing that sold the Worf-Jadzia chemistry to me was when they go to they go off on a vacation together, and along the way there, like, Worf is like, everything is a joke to you, like, you can't ever be serious, and then like Jadzia says something, and then like Worf says, aha, that was the joke.
That was the joke.
And the best part about it is that, like, Jadzia's joke was super fucking lame, and Worf calling her out on it was amazingly funny. It, like, in the moment proves that he actually does have a sense of humor, and it's just, you have to, like, get through, like, layers of his repression from growing up in Russia among humans and accidentally almost murdering children while playing soccer.
Not almost. He did murder that child. That child died.
Oh, he did murder that child? Well, I mean, that's our warrior, I guess.
Well, Manticore absorbs fire. Or frost, rather. I messed up. Please die, Doom Prox.
Manticore.
Alright, so I went ahead and, we have Hedgehog Ferris in the party now.
Jesus Christ, Dumax is so good.
Because we're about to fight a boss where I don't want a Berserker.
I had a Dumax just do 1,500 damage. That's
like
World 3 damage.
That's once you hit 4 digits, that's
you rolled high on your damage roll.
No, it's two-hand.
Oh.
Two-hand Dumax. It's like a World 3 damage.
Two-hand is real strong.
Okay, let's go to the Ninja Village to see if there's anything I want to buy there.
Items.
That
you
would
want to
be...
buy items there, because items are good.
Items are good.
Here we go, Sandworm. Ba-da-da-da-da.
The old licks.
Hole.
Hole.
Hole. Hole.
Okay, I think we're ready.
Look, Gordon, ropes. We can use those to traverse large pits. I wasn't very sold on Half-Life VR, but the AI is self-aware because I usually really hate improv. But the woman who played Dr. Coomer was very, very good. It sold me on the entire thing. Her performance alone.
Alright, so here's Quicksand, which is like the only thing that happens in this fight if you're doing it, like, normal.
You get half-priced items in Licks, which is why you can't buy high potions or Phoenix Downs there.
Yep.
Gordon, I'm thirsty.
My captioner kind of messed up. Hold on.
Oh god, is that gonna count?
Try stopping and starting again. There it is. Oh, God. Hey, buddy. You want to say hi to everybody, buddy? Oh.
Alright, here comes Gill Turtle.
Are you shooting Gill Turtle?
Yeah, I'm shooting Gill Turtle in the face with my 5 cannons.
Do you think 21 eye drops is enough?
Yeah.
I don't know where I got them.
How many times are you going to get blinded?
Probably 0, actually.
Okay. Easy, buddy. I know. You just want to be on the ground. Easy.
Don't move.
On the ground, buddy.
Okay, didn't move. Yay, victory, good. Poof.
I don't know what magics I do and do not want. All I know is that I must do nothing. There we go.
Gotta have Break Blade.
Yeah, that's end of World 2.
Yeah, is that 4 level magic?
I believe that is a 4 level magic.
Okay, so let's go back to town so we can revive Ferris, and then I can cross this. Oh, I listed all the bosses I was gonna fight, and obviously I just didn't list Crayclaw.
Oh no! You got ambushed by a Crayclaw?
Well, no, I haven't yet.
Oh, okay, sorry. Forgive me.
That would suck. If I were to get on my boat and a really shitty crab were to fall on my head.
I would never forgive you or the crab. I miss eating crab.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I completely forgot about Earthquake.
Yeah, there you go. Relearning about turtles.
Earthshaker.
Yeah, Titan has that as a fadeaway and also a regular move.
Yeah, Titan, yeah. And Turtle can also just do it. Do it.
I shouldn't.
Okay, I think beating Crayclaw is going to be my point for today.
Yeah, I'm there too. I'm just entered World 2. And I'm going to kill Pal some.
Yeah, like how many? I was gonna say, how many tents do you want is the question, right?
Yeah, there's just like some tents.
And of course, I'm only now getting to where you guys were when you started.
Which, I mean, makes sense. That's.
Yeah, but you have Monk, so you're strong.
I do have fist power. It's accurate.
It's the best class for job for World 1.
Okay, you know what? I'm just going to take this as a victory because I've already established a foolproof sequence. And this is just going to be 5 minutes of me holding down fast forward until Earthquake murders me.
Yes. Okay, let's save, and then I can go eat dinner finally. How about we use a tent? Good night, everyone!